Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Creatures Such as We, episode 11. With Trillian, I'm Trillian, and you are wonderful. Thank you for sticking with me through this game. It's been really fun. I've just clicked the button to finish our chore, so that's what we're off to now. You ignore the giggling from a small group of stewards, which quiets as you approach anyway. You smile and give a cordial greeting, and they return it politely enough. You make sure that they're informed of the change in lunch location before heading off to prepare for the next scheduled activity, gravity play in the gym. Their chatting roars back to life as you leave for the passageway airlock. You enter the gym and start looking over the equipment, the climbing wall, ropes, bars, mats, trampoline, and the flying rig. It's tedious, but someone's got to do it. The whole time, the potential consequences of their merger turn over in your mind. Soon you're joined by other supervising stewards who wait for you to finish your duties. They sit and chat, enjoying the break. You run through the final check and glance at the clock, a few minutes over time. They're all late. Their meeting must be running even later. You really hope they don't miss this. It'll be their last official activity here. After this is just free swim time, which is optional. But then the airlock opens. Your initial flood of relief calcifies over into dread. Each of them looks pissed. The meeting did not go well. Of course, and now it's going to be your job to have to cheer them up. You make clown music in your head. Enthusiastic welcome. You take a deep breath and turn up the smile as far up as it'll go. Now that everyone's had a chance to get accustomed to low gravity, it's time to have some fun with it. Here you'll have a chance to play with all the equipment you want. Bounce as high as you can go. Climb ropes in the blink of an eye. Even have fun whizzing around in our flying rig. You gesture to the extra nearby stewards. We're all here to watch over you and make sure that nothing dangerous happens. Don't worry. Andres goes to the flying rig, while Grant decides to follow and watch. Diana goes for the uneven bars, and James goes for the rings. Sajri tentatively steps towards the trampolines, while Ren just sits down on the mats and swipes away at her device. Who do you help supervise? I feel like I want to keep an eye on the flying rig. Like, I'm so attuned to danger. It's something about playing a game, I think. You're just sort of waiting for the other shoe to drop. The flying rig can be dangerous. There might be a bad reason why he's not exercising. Diana, you can break your neck if you do uneven bars improperly. You can dislocate your shoulder pulling up on the rings. Even with padding, you can cut yourself on the trampoline springs. Okay, there's worrying and then there's worrying. Oh, that's a good point. I feel like I haven't really checked in. You know, one of the things I was thinking about is that I've spent time with Andres and James, and some with Diana, and of course lots with Grant, and I've spent almost no time with Sadri and Ren. I think I'm going to sit next to Ren. Also, with her grumpiness, she might actually tell me what's going on. You sit down on the mats next to her. She sighs with satisfaction. And save, as she jams her finger at a large button. She hands you the device. Finished. It's a cutaway diagram of the moon base, fading out and away into the lunar surface and the open universe above. The lunar soil is flattened with boot prints, and the interior itself is filled with blur motion ghosts, the kind of artifacts left by a time-lapse photography. The exterior sky is beautifully studded with stars and galactic formations. Oh, wow, that's what you've been doing this whole time. It is actually gorgeous, and I'm jealous, and I want you to send me a copy, but I'm going to go with this first one. Oh! She smiles, flopping down on the mat. My mind is always busy, you know. Once I get a picture in my head, I have to get it out. She sits back up straight, focusing on trying to find a comfortable position before tumbling into a series of questions. But I have to say, this place, I don't know how many drawings I could actually get out of it. How do you find it here? Don't you ever get bored, stir-crazy lonely? She adds, almost as an aside, I'd get lonely. I do get lonely. I wish I had more time to get to know guests. Well, these guests, but not usually. I clearly get lonely. I mean, going back to blurring the line, it's not me, it's Trillian, but Trillian on the moon gets lonely for sure. I look forward to when I get back. I haven't been back, I don't think, in 2 years, and I got 3 years left. I'm just going to go with, yeah, I do get lonely. Saying it out loud makes it sink in that much more. Lonely. Alone. Ren interjects. I'm sorry, but your mind is caught up in itself. That loneliness has always been there, weighing you down. You turn back to her and give a weak smile. Oh, I'll figure something out. Ren looks down, then back to you. She has obviously been avoiding the real question that she wants to ask. You sigh, which she interprets as encouragement. I was just thinking about how much you must miss Earth. It must be awful. Wouldn't you like to go back? Well, I hate the isolation. Well, I don't hate it so bad. I mean, I haven't gone insane in 2 years or anything. Like the chance to be normal. Well, I think to a certain extent I'm normal enough. You know, one of the things about Trillian is that while she is kind of lonely, she seems to have adapted well. So I don't think she's, like, crazy social to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, she wouldn't have had a 15 friends that she hung out with every Friday night. Anyway, everyone has to pay the bills, I feel like is true. And I have to wait it out because of the contract. Silence is calming. No, I was just as isolated from society down there. Okay, I'm going to contradict myself and say that I don't think that's true. I don't think she was like a painful introvert. I just think she was not really as social. That's why she's been okay with this job so far, is that, oh, that's okay. I'm not crazy about other people anyway. Or having lots of friends around or anything. But I don't think she was isolated. She doesn't seem like weird enough to be isolated. No, with the paycheck for being up here, I'll be able to retire early. I so doubt that. I'm sorry. I just don't believe. I haven't told anybody, I don't think, that I still have 3 years to go. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm overthinking it again. There's a tendency to do that, I think, partly because it's a Let's Play. Ren looks down and kicks at the floor. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have pried. For what it's worth, I'm glad you were here. You shrug off the apology, but the damage was done. You'd been dealing with it by stuffing it down, by ignoring it, by focusing on menial tasks at hand, but now there's nothing else to focus on. You're alone up here, and there's nothing you can do about it. Well, you could make friends with some of the stewards, but apparently they're all idiots. Your walkie-talkie buzzes. You glance down at it. A hull breach notification. Your lungs arrest themselves. Your face drops and your eyes widen. Your first instinct is to cover this up. Throw the device and break it. You take a deep breath and you reassure yourself. I can handle this. I'm prepared for this. I know what to do. I'm a professional. They're all kind of the same. They're all kind of the same. I'm a professional? I don't know. I've prepared for this. Okay. Well, but is that really true? I don't know. I assume. Oh, I have. Okay, so I'm sorry. I wasn't reading it clearly enough, and this one has changed. Well, I haven't really prepared for this. Oh, no. I think I do. I think I know what to do. You're even less certain the more you insist on it. Really? This is another one of those cases where, despite the illusion of choice, the game is actually telling you things about yourself and about your situation and your previous backstory and training. I'm going to do one more. I'm a professional. You feel more and more paralyzed here, trying to convince yourself into confidence. I can handle this. It's time you were honest with yourself. What? Oh, come on. Psyching yourself up at the very least, I would think, would be important. haven't prepared for this. I don't know what to do. I'm not a real professional. Are we just going to go through a series of debasing ourselves for a moment? Oh, God, I don't know. I haven't prepared for this. She seems prepared for a lot of things. I don't know why she wouldn't be prepared for a hull breach. It just seems like another one of the things they would have trained her for. I don't know what to do. Kind of gets more at the heart of like, do I tell them? Do I not tell them? Whatever. You should call your boss. That's what bosses are for. To say, I don't know what to do. Call my boss. I haven't prepared for this. I don't know. I don't know what to do. You take a breath again after what feels like an hour. Your mind starts to run off with itself. A hull breach. From what? A meteoroid? Probably. You curse at your bad luck. That shouldn't happen. Shields should be raised when meteoroids are spotted. This shouldn't be happening. The tourists are literally going to kill you. Your walkie-talkie buzzes again. It's Marcel. Thank you. No doubt calling to tell you what you already know. Ren looks at you concerned. What is it? Shit, you forgot you were near anybody. You can't keep up a positive front around them. You have to get away now. Sorry, I have to take this. You mumble out the excusing words and dash away to privacy. You press accept and jam the receiver against your face while trying to avoid nervous pacing. Still have to maintain some semblance of competence. Marcel draws out, yeah, sorry about that. Some meteoroids peppered the base, nothing too serious. We'll just need to do a surface evacuation. Oh, I don't think this is true. I think this is their cover for the evacuation. Procedure says we retreat. See, you did have a procedure, you lying liar. That's the trouble with second person is sometimes you yourself can be an unreliable narrator, which is, boy, talk about an uncanny valley. It's the thing I don't care for in second person. I think it's a cover, and so I'm going to get her to admit it. You can hear her sucking in air on the other side before answering. Well, I know procedure says that we retreat everyone to the underground shelter, but I want you to evacuate them to our neighbors. They had a shuttle docked there when the meteoroid warning hit, and they're going to give our tourists a lift back. Okay. I did, in fact, say that like she was like, dude, go along with this, because I think that's what's happening. But at this point in the story, I don't really know that that's what's happening. So, I mean, it all depends on how Marcel actually delivers that line, right? Oh, come on. Trillian, don't be obtuse. Why wasn't I informed? Why weren't our shields raised? How the hell am I supposed to sell them on that? Why would you not sell them on that? We are in trouble. Please evacuate. We have a nice, convenient place for you to evacuate. Okay, I'm going to go with, wait, there was a meteoroid warning? Oh, we still got hit? So apparently she's being really obtuse. Marcel takes even longer to answer this question. Yeah, here's the thing. It was a really low-level threat, so you know. You mentally slap your head. If the shields had been raised, the evacuation shuttle wouldn't have docked. Standard safety procedures. It's all about that fucking early evacuation. Yes, thank you, Trillian. She continues justifying the decision. I mean, it was really low risk, and evacuating them was the first priority. You hiss inside your head. No, it fucking was not. Actually, you should be hissing inside your head. Oh, I see what you're doing. You're trying to do the cover story. Because this is her way of getting them out, I assume, unless I'm really missing something. No, we have to evacuate because we're sick. Hello? Also, both I and Trillian seem to forget that we've gotten sick. So after all that Grant puking on me and then me finding out about the flu, I have served 3 meals to people? like handed them their food and stuff. And listening back to the videos, I was like, oh God, I'm Typhoid Mary. Like, we're not dealing with the fact that Trillian could be sick as well. I just want to get out of here as far as that goes, you know. Let's just, yeah. You can hear a sigh of relief from Marcel. Great. I know it's risky, but I really think that giving them a clear goal and something to focus on will really bring them all together and make them easier to work with. You won't have to deal with a stir-crazy panic. And anyway, the warning's over and we need them all gone. Now, I know that if anyone can lead them out of this, it's you. Good luck. The connection is severed, and then nearly immediately after, you receive a smiley face text from Marcel. Great. Now to tell everyone that we're all fucked. And this glorious button that says, we're all fucked. Okay. It is a little confusing, both because the game didn't say you mentally slap your head and realize that Marcel has come up with a way to evacuate everybody because of the illness. So maybe I'm jumping ahead. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. So what have we done today? We played a little bit more Creatures Such as We. That was the last episode, sorry. And this one's been lunch. The deal doesn't seem like it's going through. I don't know what's happening. But we're going to stop here. It may be a little short, but I think this will be a good stopping point. Because we are all fucked. And now, I just don't think we're fucked. First of all, I don't think anything hit the base. I think that the hull breach thing is fake. Like, that's what she tells everybody to explain why they have to evacuate. And if that's true, then I don't think we're fucked at all. We're just evacuating as we had previously planned to do in an orderly fashion. And that's all fine with me. So, but what we do have to do is go tell them that they're not going to be able to continue their negotiations. And I don't know where they left that off. So that could be a problem. But in terms of my budding romance, Trillian's budding romance with Grant, it's possible that we're all going to end up planet-side, Earth-side, and so I don't really have to worry so much about the end of my contract and whatnot. I don't know. Maybe they make me come back? I'm not sure. But in the meantime, we're going to leave this here. We'll pick it up for episode 12, letting them know that we're all going to evacuate at the very least. We're all fucked. All right. Well, until then, be well.